Ready? Okay. So the reason I clap is because it kind of syncs the audio with the video. I record them separately. So,
Oh,
all right.
interesting.
Welcome to the Bay Vibes podcast. Today
Thank
we
you.
have a guest. He's my colleague, Jay. Welcome to the Bay Vibes. So, Jay is a cool guy. The first time I met him, he's always has a smile on his face. He's a very positive person. So thanks for being that. It's always good, like in like this work environment, right? You get like caught up in this like crazy stressful situations, and then all of a sudden you see Jay, and it's like nice. It's not that bad, right? So how are you, Jay?
I'm doing great. First of all, thank you so much for having me on this. As I said, this is my first time. A little nervous, but I'm quite excited. Again, very cool introduction. I love that. I'll keep it with me.
Absolutely.
But no, honestly, that is true. Like, I really like to be not thinking too much about stuff and just living in the present moment. That's the kind of thing that I like the most. And that's the part which I try to become irrespective without thinking. So,
Were you like that all your life? Cheerful person?
almost, I think so. I can definitely say that if people ask me to think more about it, I'll be like, check it. This is too much work on my mind. I don't want to think too much about it, but I just want to see how things go in present moment, and then I'll just take it from there.
You said earlier that you're introverted. I
Yes.
kind of a little bit disagree with that, but could you define in your view what does that mean to you? What does introverted mean?
Yeah. So personally, since I was a kid, I always felt like expressing things. I was very much cautious about like the environment of people who might think what I'm talking about, and if I go wrong, it could be something that they'll start judging me around that. So that kind of made me think twice before I talk, and that was there in my mind. But as in when I started growing up, my family, my surrounding, my friends, I started like watching them a lot. And then my dad, he was amazing. Like he passed away long back, but he was definitely a big extrovert. My mom can do everything, like literally she has taken care of everything. My sister, on the other hand, she has been the most extrovert person ever that I've seen, and there's a lot of things that I've learned from her. So based on my personal opinion of looking around things, and then the way that I have been in the surrounding, that has carved me out of that. But still, back in my mind, I always think that I'm that kind of a guy who's shy, who would watch the environment before speaking. But the other side of me is like, oh, I've seen people around me who are like definitely way opinionated about things. They can boldly say things what they feel like, and that's how I've kind of carved myself out and from being an introvert to an extrovert. But when it comes to a moment where it's going to be like this kind of a thing, where it's going to be there forever, I become really shy again, thinking that.
Okay. So, yeah, okay. I think I understand that. The way I defined introvert, I feel like I'm introvert as well. Um, it's basically the energy. When I'm like, I like being in like where there's a lot of people, right? But after I'm done, I'm like fully exhausted. Like, energy is depleted. When my wife on the other hand, she's actually get energized when she's in front of people. Like when there's an audience, when there's people to talk to, she get energized. Me, although I like being in like around people, like I feel like my energy is depleted. I like get very tired.
Ooh,
So I feel like that's how I defined introvert for myself. So I cannot stay long in like big crowded areas for too long. That just depletes my energy.
I
Yeah,
see.
I come home and just like, oh my god, so tired. So, and also I need to prepare. I need to get in the mood. I need to like, all right, I'm excited. I'm gonna see people. I'm gonna be communicating, and like I need to get into that mood. Yeah, and I'm just comparing it with my wife because my wife is just polar opposite. She's like, just the moment she sees people, she just like opens up like a flower. Like she's just there. She likes to interact. She likes all of that chemistry. Yeah.
I think to an extent you're very right about this, because when I'm thinking back on that track, what I feel is like when I am surrounded by people in a conversation, I wouldn't be the first one to start a conversation. But if there's a conversation going on, then I can always join that and I can put in my ideas, my thoughts. But I wouldn't be the first one to kind of trigger those kind of new thoughts or ideas. And that's where I feel like in an environment when you have a lot of people and if everyone is silent, then I was like, oh, this is awkward. What should I say? What should I talk? But yeah, if someone can trigger that conversation, I'll be fully jumped into that and I'll be enjoying myself too.
I see. I see. Yeah. Yeah. I can relate to that. It's hard to be like a conversation starter
Yeah.
without coming out like feeling like you're coming out weird or something, right? Some people are just so easy flowing with that kind of stuff, right? Just start the conversation and it goes. Yeah. Yeah, great. Is there anything like a story or anything in your life that you would be willing to share with somebody else, like with people? Like, is there a story? Or in other words, what is your story?
Interesting question. So, well, from story perspective, I'm just trying to think which could be the best one that I can play along over here. But I don't recollect any specific stories that I can talk about. But as you said, like, what's my story? So I think it's pretty standard story in my mind because again, when I was back in India, I originally like born and brought up in India. I was never into studies. I used to hate studying, and my mom, my dad, they used to kind of spend behind me. They used to spend so much time to just get me good grades or at least get back into the study mode, but I never used to. So funny stories, like my friends used to play downstairs, and we used to live in a flat, like in a flat system where I could hear them playing, and it was my exams, my homework, which was never been done. I was still pending doing that, and my full mind and concentration was just downstairs that they're playing and I'm not doing that. So it started from there, but of course I never liked studying. My concentration was never into that. But eventually one thing really motivated me was that when my sister, she went into engineering, and in her college I saw this robotic competition thing. So I was so excited and fascinated from that, and I was like, oh dude, this is amazing, I would love to do something like that. And that really excited me and triggered me in getting into engineering. And again, when I got into engineering, anything related to studies, again, I was like, I don't like this. Practical work, I used to enjoy it. But the trend actually started from there. And then again, it was a very funny story because I had no intentions of coming to US at that point. And as soon as I completed my engineering back in India, I was like, this is done. This is it. No more studies. I'm just going to enjoy my life going forward after this. Uh, but my family, they're like, no, you have to do something more than this. You can't really survive with just a bachelor's degree. So then I was like, okay, let's see. They proposed me to do master's because my sister did that. And then I was like, why not? We can get a chance to go to US. I'll just roam around. I'll have fun. And that's where I landed into US. My first year, I literally did not study at all.
Where did you come in US first?
It was 2010 or 2011.
2011. And where? Here?
Sorry.
In Bay?
2010 and in LA.
In LA.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did my master's from USC. So for the 2 years, it was amazing. I had like amazing time over there. The first year I literally did not study at all. My grades dipped down very bad. And then the second year I realized, dude, I'm not going to graduate out of the school and this have paid a lot of money for this. So then I buckled up myself, like pulled on my grades for the second year, and then I graduated from there. But yeah, I used to like first year I used to just go out, have fun, LA, like Vegas, San Diego, everything was so close by. Friends and I we used to hang out a lot. But then yeah, second year was very crucial. I did spend like n number of days and hours just struggling to get back my grades, and then I was so happy that I was able to do it. So at that point I really realized that if you really think something that you want to achieve, actually you can do that. and I always had that in my mind that I'll never be able to achieve that. This is all philosophical talks that they do, and it's very hard to get into what you want to achieve. But when I graduated, I really realized that if I have a will to do something, I think I can do it. And that's where trajectory kind of changed. And then I started engrossing myself into that. And then it was pretty regular. Like I did my master's, then graduated, did a lot of different jobs, different profiles over here. But my excitement towards exploring US was never gone. So I used to travel a lot. I used to go around things which I wasn't able to do back in India. I tried to do it over here. One of the things was skiing. Like I love skiing. I don't know how I created that passion for myself, but it was so easy to kind of do ski when I was in Bay Area. Like anywhere, if I want to go for skiing, it was just few hours away from here. So I used to go over there, have fun, explore that, and get myself into that different levels that keeps me going forward. So there were so many things that I've done over here which I'm super excited about, and of course passionately I'm also now kind of working. So both the things are kind of going in parallel. That's my story.
Nice. Um, when did you come to the Bay Area?
I came to Bay in 2013. So after like I came to US in 2010. After 2 years, I worked in San Diego for a couple of for like 6 months, and then I moved to Bay Area because my family, my friends, everyone was in Bay Area, and that's when I thought like this might be the good way of just
Oh, you
segueing
have
to
a
Bay.
family here.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Um, what did you study? What kind of engineering?
So I did my electrical engineering.
Okay.
Back in India, also my bachelor's was very much focused onto hardware engineering. And then while coming over here, again, I did electrical engineering, analog mixed signal design at USC. And I always had this passion to do hardware. And even like this is again very cryptical, but back in India, there was like a lot of software engineers. Like there was like there's a joke or meme which has been said online, like there'll be a truck of companies coming in and they'll be hiring software engineers and they'll be tricking in trucks. So I never had that passion of doing anything with software, but I was more excited for hardware. And then this robotic things that I was telling you was specifically very much towards hardware catered. So that excited me. Then I went into micro mouse competition, a lot of other stuff that I did back in bachelor's program, which was pretty amazing. And that's the trend that I continued.
I see. So I remember when I started the very first time at Humane. We started down there at the lab, right? And I don't know, for some reason, that environment was so amazing. I felt like this is like really cool place in the lab. You remember back, I don't know, 3 years ago when it was all started. And my grandfather was an engineer too, so I grew up like very close to my grandfather and like around him, and he was like doing his engineering stuff. He had like a lot of tractors, a lot of engines, and all that stuff. So I grew up around that kind of environment, so that kind of feels close to me. What's interesting to me, I never really pursued that in like the career wise, but when I ended up in the lab, that kind of felt like, oh man, I think I should have done. I mean, all the people that are there like felt like these are the coolest people for me. Like, so yeah, it's very interesting.
I mean, that is so true because for me also, like when I joined Humane and literally the previous, like the golden days of Humane, everyone was down there in the lab. They were doing, innovating or fixing some problem. And that was so exciting.
Yeah.
Like nobody
The
cared
energy.
nobody cared about what domain they're in. They're like, this is a problem. Let's all get together and let's try to fix it. So I think that part I really
There
miss
was
a lot.
some energy there.
Yeah. It was pretty good.
Yeah, thank God that you stayed. Man. So, is there anything like hobby wise? Do you have any other hobbies that you do?
Yeah, I think I tried to get into like music.
Okay.
So as a kid, I wanted to always learn one of the instruments, and guitar was one of the things that I used to love. So I did a lot of classes back in India, and then apparently for some reason I was still not there. Like whatever classes I did, I thought like I'm lacking, and if I wanted to do something by myself on the guitar itself, play a song while just listening to it, I couldn't do that. So coming to US, I tried continuing that. I do have still guitars in my house, but if you ask me, I'm not the best, but I still feel like I'm never going to lose that hobby, because every single, like, now and then I'll just pick up that guitar, I'll try to strum it, play some random stuff with that. Even if it doesn't sound that great, I'll still strum it. So that is one of the hobbies that I really like. And
Is that an acoustic or electric?
acoustic.
Acoustic, nice.
Yeah.
I can like dabble with acoustic a little bit too.
And there's a funny story. Now this kind of recollects me. So me and my wife. So when I first met my wife, she was also excited about guitar. So during our meetups, we did decide that let's since you like guitar, even I like guitar, let's try to play some music with that. We'll have some sessions around this, and then that was our dating phase when we were doing this. And then apparently we both had literally great time, and we both started like rhyming towards some of the songs and some of the musics, and that's how we really got connected to each other. Still, the worst part is we still don't have that way of playing the guitar, but we are still together because we love doing that.
Nice. So here's this another musical instrument. I don't know if you've seen it in the episode of Aishwarya.
Yeah,
Jaw Harp.
Jaw Harp.
Yeah.
So you're still talking through that, right?
Yeah, you can produce noises, right? Like
I can hear my
oh, can you hear yourself?
man. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's one of the ancient instruments. A lot of other instruments kind of like evolved from this setup. You know, like the what is that called? Harmonica. Basically, is similar idea from what I understand. And then like that.
The harmonium? No, not.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, is that what's called harmonica? I forgot. What is that thing called? That's like you play with.
Mouth organ.
You can play. Yeah. What is it?
Mouth organ.
Mouth organ. Yeah. So
Yes.
it's like the similar idea. Yeah.
But
Very
that's
interesting.
Yeah, this is quite interesting.
Yeah, it's ancient. Yeah. Yeah, I like to play it during podcasts. I think it makes a cool sound.
Totally agreed.
Very trippy sound. Yeah, Jay. I remember we used to see each other, and then do you remember when we had that family event?
Yes.
And then after that, we started vibing. Very.
Yes, absolutely.
What? Why do you think? Is it because like the family, man? Like.
I think that was one of the things. And the second thing is also like when we were back in our old humane days, everyone was so scrambled on doing things and they were very much focused on to getting the product delivered. So didn't have much time to kind of resonate with people. And then one thing which I've also realized is that for me, you remember like people used to sit on the, for the lunch break, everyone used to sit there. Wireless team, for some reason, either used to sit downstairs or they were the team was itself so big that there was a different table altogether and they were all focused and concentrated there. So there was very less moment that we kind of got to talk to more people. But then when the kids event happened, I think at that point I definitely think that we were able to resonate more because we did speak so much things, and then we were trying to like correlate stuff, and then there were kids, of course, that they were playing, so the interaction happened more often.
That makes sense.
And then
So that means those events kind of contribute.
absolutely, I think these kind of events or the off work events are crucial, I think, for bonding and connection. So sometimes there is no intention of not connecting with people, but you don't get that time and space to do it. So I feel like these kind of off events really should happen more. I was just telling even managers, like, why can't we have more happy hours? Like,
Shout out to Sahar for organizing that event.
oh, absolutely, absolutely. Big thanks to her. My daughter, she still remembers. She says that your teacher in the office, I really want to meet her.
Ah,
She calls her
nice.
the teacher.
How old is she?
She's 4.5 years old.
4.5 years old.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, my kids loved it. They loved the free snacks. Like, Daddy, you work in an amazing place. You have these free snacks. I'm
True.
like, yep.
That is one of the reasons that I had put on so much weight.
Yeah.
I used to hog on that food a lot.
Yeah, that's a very deceiving perk, right?
Yes.
You have it, but like if you lean into it too much, yeah, you might affect your health in the future. Yeah. Okay.
True.
So you live in Bay Area with one kid. Question:
Yes.
L.A. or Bay?
Ooh, nice. I think honestly, I really liked LA a lot, and whenever I go back to LA, I feel the excitement because that's the place where I was first kind
Student
of
years,
yes.
right?
So it felt very close to my heart, and then recently when we went back to LA, of course at that point when I was a student, I wasn't able to spend much like more money around, but now after earning, I go back, I have that freedom to kind of explore more different places, more different things, and there's so many things that I feel like I haven't explored, taking from restaurants to different activities that you could do, late night events that I can go to. I love that. So if you ask me from living perspective, I feel like Bay Area is something which is really nice. Everything is close by. I can go 2-3 hours and I can explore a lot of different new stuff. LA itself, I can be concentrated in one portion and I can spend good amount of time without going out. That's what I feel over there. It's a different connection that I feel at LA compared to Bay.
Okay. My personal experience with LA is just traffic. The very first thing. I don't know. I cannot deal with traffic that much. Like it's too much. Like for me, the concept of spending like majority of your life going somewhere is rough. Bay, on the other hand, the nature, and since I'm coming from the colder place, I like the weather. I'm not, I guess, too big on like hot weather. Like if there is a choice, hot or cold, I'll probably lean more into a cooler place than hot, because I cannot bear hot too much. That's what I was kind of surprised. You coming from like the hotter place of India,
Very
right?
hot.
And like the skiing, like got you excited. You okay? You tolerate cold very well?
Personally, as you said, like even for me, I do come from a very hot place, and then I used to love the cold places a lot. Even when I was back in India. So coming to US, I felt like there is definitely a big change in weather. Los Angeles was hotter, but it's still colder than where I came from. So that was really nice. And then as you said, like skiing and everything, Bay Area is even cooler compared to the LA area. But overall, I feel like I am very much inclined towards the cold weather segment. But these two sections, they're pretty much close to each other. For me, it's not a big delta in terms of weather.
Okay.
So that kind of is still okay, in my opinion.
I love the trees.
Trees?
Yeah, that like the big trees, redwood.
Oh yeah,
redwood
yeah,
trees.
yeah.
They give me some sort of energy, some sort of a vibe. Definitely, like if I ever move out of here, I'll definitely gonna miss the trees.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the best part about California is like the nature, like different national parks.
Diverse, right?
Yes, and hiking, and then I've been to so many different hiking places. I love them. Like, have you been to like even in LA near Joshua?
No, I've never been to Joshua Tree, by the way.
Oh, you should give it a
check it out.
try. It is pretty amazing. There are boulders, so we have done a lot of bouldering over there, and I love bouldering. So you can just keep on jumping on different rocks and then explore different places, which doesn't have a trail per se.
Okay,
So,
okay.
and then the night sky. So camping under the sky, it's one of the best thing ever. Literally, we could see the Milky Way, and we actually went in very cold temperatures during the nighttime, and we were freezing like hell. And I knew about this. My friends did not know that the temperature is going to dip down significantly. They did not pack bags to account for this. But luckily, I had one ski pants with me at that point. I don't know how, but we did camp under the sky.
Nice.
And
Open sky.
open sky.
Oh, nice.
But it was freezing cold out there. So at certain point, everyone back into the into the car. It was very unbearable.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard like in the deserts during day it's super hot.
Yes.
During night it's super cold.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, I've heard about Joshua Tree, but I've never been to them. Have you been to like big trees?
I've been to Sequoia
National Park.
National Park, and Redwoods. So Eureka.
Redwoods upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, those are
But
cool.
those are quite big trees. Like,
Yeah, like unlike anywhere else, you can only find them just in this area.
Yes.
Very unique. Give me this, vibe of old live beings, like
Yes.
they're like the oldest. You're coming to like this super old. Well, they have so much data over like thousands of years, just like knowledge
Yes.
gathered, and just like we're just passing by, and they're like, you're a little kid, just walking by.
This reminds me of one question. I normally ask my friends a lot, like, are you a beach person or are you a mountain person?
Good question. If I were to choose right now whether I will be in the mountains or the beach, I would say probably mountains. Probably, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, for me also, like I am on the mountain side of things. So this is one of the things that I wanted to do was just go to a mountain place where I can hike or maybe just drive and then camp out. And then I want to get up in the morning where literally as soon as I wake up from my tent, I should see a big range of mountains with valleys, with clouds, and then I'll be sipping on coffee. And this is one of the passion that I wanted to do. So I wanted to have my own coffee cart. Once I retire, I want to do that.
Nice.
Having my own cart, taking it to the mountains, and then just selling it, drinking it.
To the hikers?
Yes.
Nice.
A lot of times I used to joke about this, like to Kos, that if we get retired with Humane being public, he's going to own one island and he's going to spend his all time on that island, Kos.
Oh, okay.
And then for me, I told him that I want to have my own coffee cart. I'll take it to different mountains. I'll explore. I'll sell it. That's my retirement.
I've heard there's just like so many islands out in the ocean, right? You can just buy them, right? For not that expensive, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. What I was gonna ask about. Oh, by the way, the camping. If you ever want to like go camping, like to the Yurt, the sky is very beautiful. It's very close to Yosemite.
Okay.
So I can arrange that, no problem.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, it's a private ranch. It
Okay.
has like all kinds of different animals, like cows, llamas, goats. By the way, Auri, you never came. we should arrange that. Yeah.
Yeah. Next time I'll come.
Yeah, it's like a camping, more like a camping experience. I have a yurt, and then we can do campfires, and then we can sleep inside the yurt. It's like super big. It fits 20 people.
Wow.
It's like a big.
This is more like a glamping thing.
Yeah. But I don't have like these, like showers and like bathrooms type of stuff. They're all like outside.
The common area.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't mind.
Like if you're a camper, it should be fine.
You wouldn't believe, like I took Tesla, and this was early, like during 2020 when I bought the Tesla Model Y, and I was excited for that camp mode that they had kind of broadcasted. So me and my wife, we actually took the car to Seattle, and then while going to Seattle, we took a halt in Crater Lake, and then we camped in the night sky. So it was amazing. Like,
Yeah,
that
camp
was
mode is cool.
pretty
I
amazing
mean,
feeling.
Tesla. I'm I don't know, like it's kind of cool right now to like I don't know, say bad things about Tesla and stuff like that. But I don't know, for me, like from the design perspective, like for instance, let's compare it to Apple, right?
Hmm.
Apple is very on your face, like, yo, this is my design. This is cool. You should appreciate it. Piece of art, right? When it comes to Tesla, I feel like it's more about like the efficiency. Like we're gonna get the design just good enough towards is like absolutely acceptable, but we're not gonna kind of show it off to you like that. It's just good enough. I don't know. I feel like it's just very efficient, and I don't know. They know their users so good. It's just like fully catered to the user, and very seamless and efficient experience. Have you noticed that? Like the UI, UX, everything is very simple. Like very simple to understand, nothing cluttered. The screen UI is very super intuitive. Like everything is very intuitive, and I'm just like fascinated. Like wow, it's seamless.
Don't get me started on this, because I can spend hours and hours talking about this. Personally, like I really like Tesla a lot before all the fiascos that he had done. But
Before Elon went crazy, right?
yeah,
You have that sticker?
no, I don't.
Okay.
But if you think about it, there are so many small nitty-gritties that he has kind of taken care of. It has, as you were saying, it has made seamless. Like when you remove friction from everyday use cases, people are going to love it. When I was comparing, like when I went on vacation where I had to rent a car, at that point, I really felt like I'm missing my own car, because I was so used to that. The basic things like just accessing maps and then finding, navigating, everything was
Do you
right
use
centered.
autopilot?
I use a lot. Like
Like
commuting
once
to
you
SF.
use it, and then you go to a normal car, it's like, oh my god, where's my autopilot?
Absolutely. And that is what I was telling my friend. Like, I was using a Kia car, which is pretty amazing. Like, they had made very rock solid. Everything was great about it. But the autopilot was sucked.
It's not as good, right?
It was so bad. Like, I literally had to pay more attention when I was putting it on autopilot. And then for Tesla, like, everyday commute that I do over here, I just use that, like, by default. So I'm so used to that. Now going away from that, that has created a big dent. So next phase, for people to buy something like this. So I think what you're saying, I can resonate to that, because what he did was he didn't really work the best design on the cars, but he made it very efficient. He made it very easy to use, and he got customers addicted to it.
Yeah, and then people can afford it.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
like it's like a very like meeting all of these criteria, right? To package it, like how can you pull that off? And then among the first people that to like push this electric vehicle whole like I don't know, like frenzy, people started, other manufacturers started going along and making electric vehicles, right? Then I remember talking to like car enthusiasts, like the engine car enthusiasts. They're like, no, this is like, and they're never gonna be as good as like BMW or Mercedes. Like, I mean, yes, I understand. They have this like hundreds of years of experience. They perfected every single detail. These guys, meanwhile, just started like not too long ago, and they got it to the point that is not a lot of people, not a lot of enthusiasts. Like, if you're not enthusiast, if you're just a normal guy, right?
Yeah.
Just or a gal that want to commute and want to feel comfortable, it's perfect. Like inside the city, and then people start arguing about like the range anxiety and everything. Yes, I understand. It's not for every single use case, but for the like, if you live in the city, if you need to commute daily, it's just gonna last you for one day or more, even, right? I don't know. It's just perfect.
Yes. Absolutely. I think in that case, I really want to mention like this thing. The way that he has done his job is like from execution perspective also. that is one thing that commendable. Like where it was and where it is right now, hats off to him. Like he has tremendous efforts that he has put in, and he has got to this point. From second thing which I wanted to think about was like as you said, like not like BMWs, Audis, they are there since a long time, but if they kind of start thinking that nobody can replace them, that's very wrong. In today's world, I feel like everyone is replaceable. If you lose on something, if you're not the cutting edge thing, nobody cares about you anymore, because there's always someone who's going to replace you with a better technology, or they'll get people addicted to them, and then their trend will rise, and the others would fall. I really feel like this is a very kind of a deep conversation that I feel,
Yeah.
but it's linked to a lot of things. Like,
Yeah. It's a deep conversation. It's also triggering conversation to some people. Some people feel really strong about
Yes.
Elon Musk and what he does. Yeah, I guess I kind of understand. Like, I think in order to be able to pull off stuff like he pulled off, you kind of have to be this kind of a almost ruthless, kind of like very calculated, very like robotic type of a person. And otherwise, if you become like very too compassionate, it may not work, right? Because it's very like efficient. Like
yeah.
if you notice about what his main thing, I think the greatness of what he does is efficiency.
Yes.
He's like super efficient at everything, including like people he hires, people that work for him. I also heard this thing that some people work for him. They go into this hell that they say, and they quit.
Yes.
And then once they quit, they say, "I'd rather come back and feel hell in the production rather than sitting home and like being bored." So like people choose to go there.
Yes. It's pushing people out of their comfort zone.
Absolutely.
I think once you do that, and once people get accustomed with that, then it's very hard to go back into a relaxed mode or comfort mode, because then there is no progress which is happening. But again, like you have to draw a fine line. You can't be such an extremist with your ideologies where you're forcing people to just say what you think like that everyone should agree upon. That shouldn't happen.
Okay.
Whatever, like of course I have my personal opinions for him.
No, go for it. Yeah, you
but,
go for it.
But yeah, nothing wrong to say in that. Is like whatever he did, pretty amazing. Like
Yeah.
he put in a lot of hard work to get to this point to become a billionaire or like the richest person in the world. But that shouldn't really get him into a domain where he thinks that he can rule on everything.
And
because-
that domain we're talking is Twitter.
Yes.
Okay, so you think the where he went wrong is when he purchased Twitter, right?
Well, again, he can keep whatever he wants to purchase, right? That's nothing which we can control or we can do anything about it. But the way that it is getting linked and the way that his idea is getting flourished out, that is a little concerning, because nowadays, of course, social media plays a critical role everywhere. Being father for my daughter, I am very skeptical that what's going to happen to her, like her ideology, her thought process would be influenced dramatically by any of these things. So at certain point, I feel like if I am not able to educate her to an extent where she should start thinking from her perspective, she should start keeping her perspective first rather than just intaking different perspectives coming out from different people, because she could get really influenced very easily. And that's not just for her, for me also. Like if I think about it, 10 different people just keeps on telling me that no, this is right, then I'll start questioning myself that am I doing something wrong in this case? And that's what's happening. Like one tweet goes out, people just kind of expand that tweet to like nationwide, and then everyone starts talking about just that thing. But that's not like, again, that might not be the truth. So it's very important that people should start thinking what they're listening to, and does it really make sense? And out of everything, does it really feel like humane? Like, is this
humane?
Not humane, but
Yeah, yeah, I understand what you said.
oh, humane is inside me now.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, right. Interesting, right? when he was just an engineer,
Mhm.
everybody loved him. The
Yeah.
moment he went into this onto the dark
Dark
side,
side.
that's when you get messed up, right?
Yeah.
I feel like also whenever you start doing politics,
Mhm.
right? You go into this politics spectrum, there will be like divide. You're gonna be absolutely just in the divide.
Yeah.
So like half people will like you, half people like will not like you because the system is just set up like this, right?
Right.
Very interesting to kind of observe that effect. Like when he was engineer, like Tony Stark, like future for humanity,
Yes.
blah blah blah, Mars and everything, sustainability. But the moment he started going to like public, freedom of speech, all that kind of stuff, the media stuff, that's when you like you think that you know how to fight that like play that game,
Yeah.
but there are them other people that do like I don't know how to manipulate opinions and agendas and everything. It becomes a dirty game.
Exactly.
So that's what you get.
Do you
once
guys
win-
think
once you-
this might be a conspiracy against him?
Absolutely, we're in the part of conspiracy now. Have you heard about my segment of conspiracy theories?
No.
Okay, so basically, do you believe in conspiracy theories?
To an extent,
Okay.
not.
Can you tell me
everything.
one of your craziest conspiracy theory that you think that has merit? I mean, if you're not comfortable, it's okay, but it's just like a fun segment.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was puzzled when, like, you remember the COVID times when COVID came in, then everyone started saying that this is a conspiracy where it was triggered, like,
Intentionally, right?
intentionally by China. And I wasn't agreeing upon that fact. Like, people, and even like, that is one thing, but the other thing is like the world is flat versus a sphere, right?
Okay.
So even that kind of picked up momentum so much, I never realized that people really think that the earth is flat because we have so much scientific proof around this. But still, there is like certain set of population who still believes that.
Believe that.
So I kind of I've seen a lot of different conspiracy theories which is ongoing. But for some reason, I want to be I want to think from my perspective whether this really makes sense or not, and then I'll be biased onto one side. But that's my take.
Okay. Let's go a little bit more in detail.
Okay.
All right. So you believe that the Earth is round, right? We're all kind of like in the consensus on that part, right? What, like exactly, right? In terms of detail, like what scientific proof do you believe in that the Earth is round?
Okay. A lot of those. So
Okay.
to begin with, we have images from outside space, which kind
Okay.
of clearly showcases that it is kind of a sphere.
Images. Okay.
So that is one of the facts. Then there were a lot of other gravitational data physics which was being quoted out of this, where whenever external terrestrial bodies formed, there's gravity acting upon it. We do see different planets of which images are being captured, and of course Earth being one of the planets too. It kind of makes a lot of sense when you tie all these things together. So certain things would not make sense if it was a flat Earth, and certain things, laws of physics would fail at certain point if we had to believe that. But with all the knowledge that I have captured from my experience, it feels like this is...
What do you think, like, for instance, all the knowledge that you have, for instance, let's say, like, theoretically,
Yeah.
right? I'm not, I'm not a super, like, believer in flat earth and whatnot, but I'm, like, a very, how do you say, a skeptical person
Okay.
on all the facts that I get from the screen or from the books or from whatever, unless I tested myself.
Okay.
Tester, right?
Yes.
So, like, for instance, what if everything that you read or, like, watched and said turns out to be a lie? Because you never
Nice.
tested yourself, right?
Yes.
Have you ever been to the cosmos?
No.
Right? You never personally witnessed that, right? Why not? Because they say you need to be prepared, you need to
Right.
go through education, blah, 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 blah. Right? But
I think
why not?
I have witnessed cosmos.
You have witnessed cosmos. You witnessed through your like dreams and stuff like
Yeah.
that, right? Okay.
Nice.
So okay, sounds good. So imagine the scenario if everything that was told to you is a lie. How would you feel?
Man, that would be definitely devastating because just think about it like the basic fact of life. You've been told that whatever you're doing that is wrong, then it's very hard to come out of it. But also another thing which I know for myself is that if it's wrong, I wouldn't be like hang upon
It doesn't
that.
affect you too much, right?
Yeah, it wouldn't affect me too much because I know that my reality of things which is happening is still going to happen irrespective of what my thought was or what I was being trained or taught upon.
Now check this out.
Okay.
Check this out. Now let's say if it's flat, right?
Yeah.
And if there is like these ice walls, as they say, right?
Mhm.
And then you're not allowed to go there. You're not allowed to go near there. There's like, if you like take like a ship or something, you're gonna get turned back around, right? That's what they say. That's the theory. What if like there's more to explore beyond that, and we're just not let out?
Oh, this is so interesting.
This
You know
is
what?
this is actually a very interesting point you just raised. That I have not seen anybody with a video camera past those the walls or the
I mean, they say it's like Arctica, right? It's a round thing, so you can basically
Yeah.
walk through it. But from what I heard, like not a lot of people can go there. You're gonna get turned around. I don't know. Is that true or not true? But
Okay.
like it's very like protected by like governments and stuff like that. Like ordinary person cannot go there. You have to be like a government expedition, all that stuff. Same way with the cosmos, right? Not an ordinary person pretty much cannot go there.
Yeah.
You have to be, I don't know, some sort of an insider and stuff like that. So why is there no like cosmos tourism just still yet? Because they say it's like a gravitation. You have to like withstand 0 G. You have to have absolute great health. What if that's bullshit? I don't know. I'm just speculating. Just to say like I'm not allowed to go there. Right?
it's a very valid question. I would
It's a
say.
skepticism. Unless I tested it myself. And imagine, right? Like
Yeah.
there's a lot more to explore, but you're just contained in this space. And now like you've been lied to. And does that change anything to you?
So I think this is very fun and interesting to kind of think from that
Think about it.
perspective. But also, like, what I feel is like there is still so much fact around this where nobody is actually holding you back from doing it. So, for example, there will be some limits to which you can do stuff. But there are companies, for example, the space exploration companies, which is coming up. So, if they're coming up with something, right now I don't have money and I don't have that health to kind of get into that. But as you said, like if that is all a lie and if I could still do it, I would love to do it. That would be amazing. By myself, I can
Yeah.
see. But
Yeah, it's a very weird conversation. Yeah, it's just skeptic in me. I like to question everything. There is this thing that people, I guess, if there is a general consensus, right, amongst people, like scientific approach is like one of the most successful approaches, and a lot of people are just kind of have this consensus because it works, right? Scientific approach works. Me, on the other hand, I have this weird mind that I just question it. What if it's bullshit? Like I always have that 50-50 chance. It could be true or could be not be true because I don't know. It's just I'm just like that. But I'm not a concrete believer, like 100% like this is true. I'm more of an agnostic in that sense. Like I don't 100% know because what is knowing, right? At this time, is it consensus knowing? Is the consensus is knowing? Like you read books, you watched videos, and that means you knowing, right?
yeah, kind of.
Okay. So, in that sense, I guess I'm more believer in round Earth then. If that consensus is, I watched some pictures that they claim it's come from cosmos, and then I read some books that they say it makes much more sense. Or I took a plane from point A to point B, and I kind of witness it. It kind of feels round, right?
Yeah.
From the up there. So yeah.
This is a very good point. Like one thing which I wanted to definitely say is that there wouldn't be everything. Like it's good to question And it's good to kind of create that kind of excitement to resolve that question in your brain. But at certain point, you would want to kind of gather the information that you have and make a decision out of it for yourself. Otherwise, it would be so much ambiguous for yourself where you wouldn't be able to make a decision. So this is not just tied to flat earth or so round earth. It's more about day-to-day life activity, right? There's n number of things that I wouldn't be able to do it, but based on others' experience, others' knowledge that they have shared, I might be okay to adapt that, because I can't go and do everything. I can't climb Mount Everest for now. But maybe in future, yes, I could do that. But for now, I know what are the restrictions, what are the issues that they must have seen, and that is the experience that I've gained from them. So that's my belief, where I feel like I don't want to just do everything and just keep on questioning myself, because I'll be in a limbo state.
Okay. So you're saying, like, if you want to be sane, you better come up with some sort of goddamn decision, right? To believe in.
I mean,
gathering valid data. Right?
Yes, I mean, the point that
Yeah.
proves your sanity, that you feel like, oh, I have asked the right amount of questions and now I really need to think which route I want to take, left or right. Based on this data, I'll make a prediction whether I'll go left or I'll take a right.
I see. So, regarding the concept of sanity, right? My wife has a daycare, right?
Okay.
And she has this kid. He has an autism, right? He has an autism, and he's different.
Okay.
And she kind of tries to, like, help him, like, socialize and be not as different as the other ones. And from that, I started questioning that moment, like, so if he's different than the others, does that mean that you have to fix him? Like, what does fixing means? What is sanity in that sense? Sanity means if you align with the rest of the community, that's sanity. If you're outside of that community, chances are you might be deemed insane, right? In a lot of cases. So what is insane? If you don't fall into these, you don't fall in line. You're not aligned in these things. So that's also
I
a
see
question,
what
right? Like, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying? Like,
yes,
there's these constructs of the systems that are proven to work. And that means if you fall outside of them, that means we can deem you, like, as a dangerous or insane, or we have to isolate you from the community, right? Very interesting concept. Huh?
No, it's great that you pointed this out, that I can share one conspiracy theory based on whatever you just said, that if you are different, back in the days there were witches, if you heard witches, right?
Yeah.
They were different than normal people. They could talk to spirits, they could talk to, other realms or whatever, the knowledge they had, but then they were considered bad according to the society. So now we are trying to, gauge bunch of different knowledge, and we have gained so much more now. For example, semantics, the frequencies knowledge, and now we know that everything on this planet or outside this planet runs on frequencies,
Yes.
different frequencies, right? And what if they knew how to tap into those frequencies? They were able to talk, and now we are saying that they were crazy or whatever, and they were considered crazy,
Yes.
and now they are also considered crazy, but we don't know for a fact that they were crazy or not, until unless we do not crack the code,
Yeah.
or quantum computer or whatever. We just don't know when we are going to do that. But then again, it's just we are living in that period of time from step 1 to step 2. We don't have enough knowledge, and we are saying that this is right and this is wrong. So who makes this distinction or these rules that we have to follow? He's right or he's wrong, or as you mentioned that this guy has autism, that he's special, or we have to fix him. Why do we have to fix him?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
please.
No. I mean, very valid what you said. I think my take on this is the society cannot dictate whether you're right or wrong. It's you who should be internally defining whether you feel right about this or not. It doesn't matter, like, if the person is out of like it's a black sheep, right? So that doesn't mean that he's bad or he's not doing things correctly. My opinion on that perspective was I have enough evidence to convince myself that whatever I've selected is right from my perspective. It could be wrong from anybody else's perspective. And what he just mentioned is so close to something that when I was a kid, I used to listen to this, and I'm going to shift a little bit.
Go for it.
In the religion that I follow, it's called Jainism. In that, when I was a kid, my mom and dad used to tell me about stories about what used to happen when the god used to communicate with humankind. So they always kind of mention that Earth is not a sole planet. Like there are n number of different living organisms and different planet species around this in this universe, and these gods had the ability to kind of talk to everyone at a single point. So I was so amazed by that. I always thought like, oh wow, this is so interesting. Like he can actually look and talk and do everything. But again, this was every time I felt like this was very much fictional because as in when I was growing up, I kind of realized the fact that, oh, this is planet Earth. You don't have any means to communicate to external world. Our life is defined just on communicating on people with Earth. That slowly changed because think about it. When like research happened, when you launching spacecrafts, you're communicating outside world planets, and now people have kind of found out that there is a place where a life could exist, multi-universe can happen. So it's just about time. We haven't explored that much yet, but it doesn't mean that there is no life outside. We just need more time.
So you believe there's other conscious life outside the Earth? Okay.
It could be, at least the way
You
that this
you
is.
believe in that?
Yes.
Okay. Great.
We haven't explored that.
Nice. That makes, but yeah, I can accept that. What's the religion?
Yeah, it's called Jainism.
Jainism. What is it? Could you like give a brief?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What is it? Mhm.
So, to begin with, just the basic philosophy of Jainism is that you try avoid killing any living organisms or anything in this world. And the main point is that you should focus on yourself, which is your soul. Everything else is material. Like it doesn't matter once you live and once you die, it's just your body who's going to contain your soul. But the soul is the most purest form. And you should try to understand that everything attached on this world is just one of the amenities that you're getting to kind of live this world. But the main point is that focus on your soul and then you can get nirvana, which is like the best state ever, where you don't really need anything which is tied to your body's need. And that's what the basic philosophy is. And there is a lot of different variations in Jainism, which has evolved.
Jainism. Okay.
But the idea is that no killing.
Is it more derivative from like Hinduism?
It's yes. So I would say that in India, this is called as a different religion altogether. But part of philosophies are kind of tied to
the nirvana part, right? Come
Yes.
from there, and also not attached to the material. Be
So-
more aware, right?
Yeah. So for me
A lot
also,
of things are also connected, like Jainism and Hinduism and Buddhism.
yes.
So they are all kind of connected. And if you go and search deep into the history, it's really hard because there's no literature which can say, what is what, but then they kind of mixed because they all lived in the same area and they have like different philosophies, but kind of same core values to it. But again,
Would you say like this religion kind of worked as a guide for you in life in a lot of ways?
Yes. So growing as a kid, my parents were very much into religion, and then they kind of preached me about what the values are, the core values are. That is always with me. They never forced me on doing something. So for me, on carving my path, if someone asked me to kill something or just even killing a cockroach per se, I wouldn't do that because I feel that this is something which I don't want to do it. I just want that thing to live and that could go away from my part and I can be isolated from them. So very basic stuff that they have preached me that is very close to my heart, and I don't think I can move out of it. But they never forced me on following this religion, so that's the best part. So what it means is that in Jainism they do mention that you shouldn't eat root vegetables which grow under the ground. That was one of the biggest selling point of Jainism. Like when anybody, if you ask whoever is Jain, they'll be saying
what's the philosophy behind that?
Yeah, so the philosophy is that anything which is under the ground would have immense amount of microorganisms living inside that. So by eating them, you're killing them. Versus things that grow above the ground has less number of organisms, less number
So
of
you're
life.
choosing the lesser evil
Yes, exactly.
to survive.
Because there are a lot of people they'll be like, why do you even breathe? Because breathing kind of causes people like microorganisms to die. But then the idea is that avoid killing as much as you can. There are few things that you couldn't survive without.
That means like if you stop eating altogether, you're killing at least one soul, right? Huh? That was a gift.
That's interesting take.
That was a gift, right?
True.